3 years undercover in year, and I died right before the takedown. The moment the bullet tore through my chest, I locked eyes on the one who pulled the trigger. My girlfriend. She was the youngest rising star in the city bureau, standing right next to her partner, Joe Lee. Don't let your feelings cloud you. This guy's nothing but a drug dealer. For a split second, I saw her hesitate. Then it turned cold. Absolute. Drug dealer. She said it like she was convincing herself he deserved to die. What she didn't know was that the pendant on my chest held the evidence to take down the entire cartel, and she had no idea that Joe Lee, the one who pushed her to pull the trigger, was the #1 name on the dirty cop list. She just ripped off the pendant and tossed it into the mud, like throwing away a chapter of her life she never wanted to think about again. 3 years later, at the commendation ceremony, Jiang Yu was pinning a first-class medal on Joe Lee, her fiancé. But neither of them knew I had rigged that pendant to broadcast a signal on a timer. And the one man who never stopped looking for me in 3 years, his phone suddenly lit up, signal connected. The moment that electronic tone pulled me back, I was hovering beneath the dome of the city hall. Under the spotlight, Joe Lee looked sharp in his dress uniform. Jiang Yu stood beside him, cool and untouchable. And me, Shen Qi, I was just a name on a file, a symbol of betrayal and desertion no one was supposed to remember. The MC's voice echoed through the hall. Let's give the loudest round of applause for our hero, Officer Joe Lee. Joe Lee walked up to the stage like he owned it, took the mic, and looked straight at Jiang Yu. 3 years ago, we paid a heavy price to crack open this city's biggest drug network. We weren't just fighting dealers. We were watching our own backs for traitors on the inside. He paused, perfectly timed, letting just a hint of grief show through. Shen Qi was once the brother I trusted most. He betrayed every single one of us. I still can't forget the look on his face when he turned that gun on me. The crowd erupted. My soul felt like it was being stabbed from the inside. All I remember from that night is the twisted smirk on his face right at the end. Thank God we had Jiang Yu. She didn't let personal feelings get in the way. She made the call, stopped the traitor cold, and secured the whole operation. Jiang Yu walked up expressionless and picked up the first-class medal from the tray. She pinned it on Joe Lee's chest. Smooth, no hesitation. He's not just my hero, he's going to be my husband. We're getting married next month. Under the spotlight, Joe Lee pulled her close and kissed her. I watched them wrapped around each other and saw the winner's smile on her face I'd never seen before. My soul felt like it got ripped open. That rainy night 3 years ago started replaying in my head on loop. On that muddy dock, I shoved the pendant with everything stored inside it under my jacket. He just smiled. Shen Qi, you're way too smart. Smart enough to be a problem, honestly. Next second, he spun around and screamed at the figure running toward us. Jiang Yu, Shen Qi is the mole. He's trying to destroy the evidence. I hadn't even processed it, and that familiar silhouette was already closing in through the rain. Jiang Yu raised her gun. Her hand was steady as always. Drug dealers deserve to die. 5 words, cold as ice, and that was the last thing I ever heard. She couldn't even look me in the eyes. Now she stands on that stage, pinning the medal I died for onto the chest of the man who set me up. I became the joke in their love story, the nobody taken down by justice. That's when Jiang Lee pushed open the side door of the hall and stepped inside. On his phone screen, a red dot was blinking on a map of the restricted zone. Chiefland found him, abandoned dock. Jiang Lee had been out there with a few guys he trusted, digging for 3 straight days. My soul was pulled by some invisible force, back to the place where I died. Captain Jiang, everyone says Shen Qi took the money and ran. A young officer muttered under his breath, still digging. Jiang Lee didn't say a word, just drove the shovel harder into the mud. Then,